Hello, everyone. Welcome to the network. Welcome to the Two Dads edition.
Wait, that's not it.
Start again. What's up, fat fucker?
Two Dads, Gen X edition. That's a great beginning.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Dads Gen X edition.
Sup, yo, what's Papa Lockin'? I'm Jesse.
And I'm Quinn, and today we're talking about diapers, duct tape, and Daditude.
Hell yeah, we are.
Right on.
If you don't know, those are our kids, and if you did knew that, that's kind of fucked up.
Well, yeah, some people know. But yeah, that's my daughter Jessie.
That's my son Quinn. And we're here to party.
And we're going to talk about what we think were some pretty bad diaper stories with our parents.
Pretty good.
We're not in diapers. What are you talking about?
You will be
Ours.
soon. Ancient.
Ancient.
So soon.
So soon, yeah.
Yeah, that scares me.
It does. It definitely does. All right, take it away.
Honestly, I think what I remember the most as a kid, I would pee the bed a lot, right? And what I would do is I'd wake up and I'd just
let
start
it go.
going. I'd just literally sit there and pee the bed. That's all
You
I
were
would
awake
do.
when you did it?
Just go.
I was
let it go and
awake
go.
every single time.
It sucked because we actually had to buy the plastic mat cover because of it, and we had literally, I think, 5 sets of sheets just ready, just in case.
Wow.
And then another time, I remember I slept in my mom's bed, and then I woke up. I'm like, I swear, I was just sweaty. It's not pee, I swear. And then he's like, get out of here.
Yeah, that pissed
That's
me
right.
off.
Literally.
That reminds me of one time, me and my sisters, we would like have sleepovers and we'd all share a bed. And there was one time I peed the bed while they were both in it. And I was really embarrassed when I woke up and my sisters were mad at me. They were like, you got the entire bed wet. I'm wet.
Okay, so that cracks me up because my brother, one time, he went to go to bed, and he lays in his bed, and there's, like, piss. And so he's so pissed off thinking I peed in his bed, so he goes upstairs, and it's just literally whips it out and pees on my bed, and my mom comes around the corner. And my mom comes around the corner and sees him pee, and she's like, what are you doing? He's like, Dawson peed in my bed. And she goes, no, it was the dog. He goes, oh, crap. Oh, well. And then he finished. I was like, what the hell, man?
Oh, that's horrible.
So we just stopped there mid-pees, like, oh. And he just kept going? That's what
he just
happened?
literally kept peeing. And my mom's just
I
like,
mean, once you start, you got to finish.
better clean that up. Yeah, I was so mad when I got home. I'm like, what the hell? And he's all laughing. Yeah, man, sorry, dude. I'm like, it's kind of weird. So when we talk about diapers in general, do you guys remember any of the diaper things? I know obviously you're
do
babies,
not
but
think
No,
so.
I was a baby.
no.
Yeah, you're the youngest, so you wouldn't remember. But do you remember stories, though?
I remember the story of Moroni,
Yeah.
my brother hiding poop under his dresser.
Tell us that.
When my mom was potty training him, she was really tired of finding poop in his diapers. So she said if she found one more, he'd get in trouble. So he would go to the bathroom in his diaper, and then he'd take the poop out and hide it under his dresser. And you guys didn't notice until we moved, and you were moving the dresser, and there was just poop under there.
Yeah, I remember that
It's like, I don't
distinctly.
get how you didn't smell his room.
He was a boy. He pooped and farted a lot.
Oh, time for another one.
Yeah, we're gonna edit that one out. But yeah, no, he just pooped and farted a lot. So
I thought
he's a
that was
boy.
your poop alarm.
It is my poop alarm.
Yeah, we're not going to edit that out. That's staying in.
Oh, we're gonna keep that in?
Yeah, because you got to poop now.
No, that's my alarm for my diet, dude.
We'll wait. And we're back. James was gone for 12 and a half minutes, and that was really quick. I mean,
That was very fast. Yeah.
so I know I've told Quinn about a story that he did once in the car seat. You want to tell that story?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I was just like laughing in the back. He's like, what's going on back there? And apparently there's like poop in my head. There's poop on the back of the seat. He's like, what did you do? And I'm just sitting there laughing. And so we pull over to the side of the road. He trips me, and he takes his like K-State. What was it?
It was like the cover for the
A cover, and he
car seat.
had to wipe it up. He tried to clean the truck up, and we had to drive home with me naked because I pooped all over the car.
And you deserve it.
Yeah, I did.
And as a dad, I forgot my diaper bag.
Yeah.
Which, don't do that. Always have a
No,
diaper bag.
always have a diaper bag.
What about you, Jess?
I don't know many diaper stories about me, but
Okay, well,
I was told stories about when I was a baby.
All right, let's hear it.
Like I threw up in Addison's mouth one time when she was trying to hold me. It's like right after I'd been fed, she like lifted me up above her, and I threw up
Yep,
right.
I
And I
remember
did
that.
the same thing to Constance, but in her eye instead. They just kept picking me up right after I'd been fed,
Yep.
which is their fault. But
Yes, it kind of is.
Yeah.
so did you guys ever like fart on your pillow and get pink eye?
I do
No.
not think so.
never
No.
had pink eye.
No, I warned them.
You warned them? Good.
Yeah,
Because I told mine too, I'm like, hey, don't be farting on your pillows, man. Because
Well, like-
pink eye.
I joined the Army when Jessie was like 9 months old. And so she got to grow up with some of the Army training of you can scratch your butt, your friend can scratch their butt, but you can't scratch your friend's butt.
That's a
Yeah.
good. That's a good rule of thumb. Honestly, I tell my patients that too. Don't be scratching my butt.
Yeah, right? Because you get feces particles in your
Do they
fingers
try and scratch your butt?
Some do, sadly. Some
Oh,
little
yeah?
ladies are like, hey, buddy, you're kind of cute.
Oh,
It's so gross. So gross. So, since we, are talking about diapers, let's go ahead and give a couple dad tips
Dad
for
tips.
new dads that are
There
coming
we
out
go. There we go.
What was one tip you gave to Moroni?
One of the things that I think he knew this, but I told him always have a second diaper underneath before you start changing the diaper,
Yeah.
so that if there's any seepage or anything, it'll catch it. Yeah, and then when you're changing a diaper, you always like grab the ankles together.
Yeah.
Not hard, but you just control them so that you can lift the butt up, pull the diaper out, wipe, do whatever you need, put it back down. Or if you want the butt cheeks to spread, you just kind of push the legs down, and they just naturally kind of open, and then you can clean. But
So, what do you think your time is, the fastest time for changing a diaper?
in real life or pretend, like
No, in real life.
in real life, let's see. I think I've done it in about 30 seconds.
Oh, see, I think I could do it in like 10.
Bullshit.
No, seriously, because like when you do it, like you talked about, you lift the legs up.
Yeah,
you
if it's peed in, I mean, talking about a pooped diaper.
even poop, man. Because a lot of times you can use the clean part of the diaper to actually wipe down and
Yeah.
get most of it in one wipe and boom. But the key is having everything ready and go.
That is the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seemed a lot less than 10 seconds there.
I know. I mean, it was great.
You sure it wasn't 5?
But I had to be careful with you because as soon as that cold air hit your nuts, you just would fucking
It's just a projectile.
fountain juice. So I always ended like, son of a bitch.
The yellow rainbow.
I mean, you even peed in your mom's mouth once.
Oh, jeez.
Always be ready.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and there was one time I wasn't ready, and my son had already pooped, and I was changing his diaper, and I'd just taken the old one off, getting ready to lift the other one, and then it was and he shot like 12 feet in, like out of the bedroom door because he was on the bed. Big old stream of diarrhea, got it on my leg, all that kind of stuff. So that was where, having multiple diapers at the same time, one underneath but another one available just in case, becomes important.
Yeah, and you guys are getting older. You're not ready for kids yet. Please don't have any. But
yeah, when it's right,
definitely-
when you're 40. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, absolutely not. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, please graduate.
Yeah, please.
Have a career.
I'm pretty
already.
ready to have kids, but
What? Not yet.
not yet. No, but like in 2-3 years,
You'd be all right with 2-3 years? I mean,
Yeah.
when it's right, but,
yeah, I want kids. I don't want to change the diapers though.
I like being a grandpa.
That can be for the husband.
Ooh, snap!
It should be a shared responsibility, though.
Definitely a shared.
Definitely
responsibility.
shared, but I just don't like diapers.
Yeah.
Well,
Do like an even day, odd day kind of thing.
Yeah, even odd. I think we literally would ping pong each, like soiling. So every time like he went, then I'd change, and then he went again, she would change. So he like really
Gotcha.
went back and forth with
Just Gwen, what about your daughter?
it. Kira, I mean, it was, yeah. Definitely helped a lot. You
Yeah.
know, I think the one mistake we made with Kira is I would always go get her
Mm-hmm.
for her to feed, and then she basically learned that dad puts me to bed and mom feeds me, and so when I would work nights, she would not go to sleep. because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And sucked so bad. So with Quinn, we just tossed him in the crib and like, cry it out, buddy.
We gave some solutions and tips on diaper changing. What about some solutions with duct tape and fixing things around the house?
Well, what do you remember me fixing around the house?
Everything.
Yeah. When you don't have a lot of money, you have to fix things because you can't pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah. Did you ever find any like crap on the side of the road that you fixed?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So cheapest Christmas, $45 because we had no money. There was a house like 2 doors down, 3 doors down where they were throwing away one. You remember those old bunk beds from the 70s where they used like 2x6s for everything? Yeah. So they were throwing that away, and I took it, and then I cut it up and made a rocking horse out of it.
Oh, nice.
And it was janky. It was like, instead of a nice smooth rock, it was trying to buck you off.
It was like a ride.
Back and forth. Yeah, exactly.
It's probably more fun anyways.
Honestly.
Yeah. Well, you can only cut so smooth a curve with a Sawzall.
That's true. Oh, you can get pretty good. You just got to watch your fingers.
Yeah.
So, thing.
Jesse, what have you seen me fix in the house? How's it is? Because we've been
I don't
in a few.
know, because I don't remember much from being young, and that's when you would use like cheap fixes a lot.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I remember you fix everything in our house, but you do it like the professional way instead of with duct tape.
Yeah. You know what I like is they make every color duct tape. So, like, if I couldn't find a babysitter, I could just tape my kids to the wall, and people would drive by and they wouldn't notice.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
They look like they were just jumping in midair the whole time.
Yeah.
I like the colored duct tape. We would like in class at school, we would get a bunch of colored duct tape and we'd make like wallets and purses with it.
Yeah,
I knew a guy that made an entire suit.
That's pretty impressive.
How would he get that off?
Well, he bought a cheap suit from a thrift store, and just coated the whole thing in duct tape.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. A suit made out of duct tape.
Yeah, he did his shoes, pants, jacket, tie.
Everything.
There's a lot you can do with duct tape.
Yes, there is.
Quinn, do you remember anything your dad fixed with duct tape?
Honestly, I don't think my dad used duct tape at all, but I do remember him, like, he used to do a lot of, like, wood carving. I think at my grandma's house, we were moving houses. Man, all I heard is he's making just these, like, random stuff, and I look in there, and he made this, like, trophy for his fantasy football league, and it's this cool, like, bear. It was because they like the Chicago Bears, and man, that trophy is something.
I'm sorry.
It weighs like
it is so
80
heavy.
pounds.
Wait, like a chainsaw type thing?
No, like I double layered it, and then I actually took a Chicago Bear lamp and cut the lamp off because it's a bust, and then
that's the team. It's
mounted
a bust.
it to the. Yeah. Come on, man!
Go Chiefs!
I think Williams will be like top 10 quarterback this year.
He's gonna suck.
That bet on, I bet you $10.
No.
All right.
What?
We
I
got
don't
witnesses.
bet on things.
We got witnesses. Lots of witnesses, hopefully.
Well, your mom has a desk that I made.
Oh yeah,
Literally
she does, and I moved that out of my room so long ago, and it's not used anymore.
Really? The big giant one?
Yeah,
That's great.
the wood one, the gray one.
Yeah, that's in the office.
Oh no, we still use that one.
Yeah.
That one's really cool.
Yeah, that one is actually 2 side drawers that I found on the side of the road and a door from Shawnee Mission Medical Center when they
nice.
were renovating, because it was solid oak.
Yeah.
And, made a nice big desk with it. But, I fix tons of stuff all the time. And honestly, I love that, like, Kira, and she would come down, and when I framed the basement last time, she actually was like, hey, can I do this? I'm like, okay. Just like when I got in the job, it's like you start off as a cut man. And that's basically how you'd learn to do it. And it was fun building together and stuff like that. But I did, in fact, use duct tape a lot, Quinn.
You did? I do not remember it whatsoever.
I used it to fix a lot of things that had leaks and stuff. And most often, like
you'd have to use a lot of duct tape to try and fix a leak.
Stroller?
Yeah, like the bottom of the stroller. Because, like, you would jump in your stroller, like dive in it, and so it started tearing. So I literally put duct tape on the bottom of the stroller. So
I'm so glad when they came out with Gorilla Tape. It's so much better.
Is it?
Oh, it's so strong.
Like a gorilla.
Like a gorilla. Yeah.
Do you think it'd work on putting the kids on the wall?
probably you'd probably have to use less.
Okay.
Have you guys seen
Ooh.
the
Better.
one gorilla versus 100 men
Yes.
thing? Who do you think would win? I think
The gorilla.
The gorilla.
Yeah, because 100 men at once, no, the gorilla would lose, but you
It's
can't
100 men.
It's a-
It's
I know
100 men at
I know,
once.
but you can't have 100 men at the same time. They wouldn't fit. And so the gorilla's only actually fighting like 10 at a time.
I still think it's the 100 men.
I think it. I feel
You know how
like they
strong a
wouldn't.
gorilla is?
You how strong 100 men are?
They're stupid strong.
The men?
No, the gorilla.
If we got like 100 bodybuilder men, do you think?
Well, that's different. That's different.
That's fake muscle.
not
fake
all.
muscle. It's just show muscle.
Show muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, half those guys can't even lift their arms up above their head because they're so
No flexibility.
Can't scratch their back.
Yeah.
Can't wipe their butts.
I'm just gonna say, can't wipe their butts. They have to wear diapers. Hopefully, we don't change it all.
And so I know when you fix this stuff, you had to use a lot of patience, genius. So that kind of brings us to this word daditude. What do you think that means? What is daditude?
Well, Daditude to me, honestly, is being funny while coming up with quick, low-budget fixes, and then unstoppable love, of course, mixed with a lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
A lot
Your
of
definition's a lot different than mine.
What's
Did
your
you-
definition
did you
of
just do it in
Daditude?
a different order?
No. Daditude for me is the sarcastic, funny, educational responses that kids never want to hear, but they're going to remember later on in life.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, when you guys would ask questions, what was my favorite response? I would always, like, sometimes when you guys were asking.
Like when we were asking to do something?
Uh-huh.
No. Just straight up, no.
And why would I do that? Do you
'Cause-
remember what I said?
So that you were prepared.
Because I wanted you guys to get used to it.
Yeah, to get used to it. Just straight up no.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, and then every time the kids would come up,
Or if we got like hurt and like
Yeah.
we fell over and we're like, ow, I hit my knee. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, I've done that.
Don't
too.
hit
Dad,
your
when I
knee.
move my arm like this, it hurts. Well, don't move your arm like that. That's Daditude.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because I do the same thing with my patients. It's like, that really hurts. I'm like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not good. And with Quinn, like, he always made me laugh because he was always one kid that was so tough. Like, he'd get hurt and look up, and if you didn't react like some moms do, oh my God, and go running.
Mm-hmm.
I would just look at him like, Quinn, why do you fall? He's like, I go, so you can get up and do it again.
I learned this from
I think I remember one time I fell down and I'm just like I'm just super chill, I didn't feel anything. I look at my elbow and I just go ah and it's like I didn't even know it was there, and just seeing it I was like, whoa.
What
Well,
was wrong with your elbow?
It's
I
cut.
fell, and then my adrenaline was so crazy I didn't feel it at all, and then I look at it and I was like, whoa, that is bad, and I started yelling.
well, little kids react to the adult's reaction.
Yeah,
So
all the
like,
time.
my sister actually taught me something that became Daditude too. So it's Mamatude, but Daditude. Whenever one of her kids would fall down, she'd go, "Good fall, yeah, get back up. That was great."
What did I always say to you?
No clue.
I literally
That's what you said.
No.
No clue.
No, I literally would go, safe! Every time. And
Yeah,
it got
I-
so funny, like, all the neighborhood dads would start doing it. It's like their kids would fall, we'd be like, safe! It's like,
I do not remember that at all.
I failed
I was
again.
always caring initially.
How have you guys think your Daditude has changed as you've
I've become much more
become
sarcastic.
been a dad longer?
I don't put up with shit anymore. Like, I just say what I think, but I do it with, like, sarcasm, but with some tact.
Well, I raised 4 daughters.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I had to learn tact.
God. I'm so glad I only had one.
No, but one of the things that, like, with your niece, with Isla, one of the things that your brother is actually very grateful for is I don't force her to give me a hug or anything like that. If she's not in the mood to come and give me a hug goodbye or say hello or anything like that, okay, no problem. I think sometimes parents get offended because they want to be loved by their grandkids or by their kids, and it's like, and it's not like the whole like safe space and let them respond how they're going to respond, but we get upset and so there are some adults out there that they just grab the kid and go, oh, give me a hug, and the kid's fighting them. What does that teach the kid?
Nothing. At all, nothing.
It teaches them not to want affection from that adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think it kind of goes back to like when your kid asks them, and it's kind of advice for new parents. When your kid asks you a question, don't say, "Oh, I don't know," or "I'll tell you later." Like, actually tell them, and if you don't know it, sit down on the internet and look it up together.
Yeah.
That's a bonding moment and teaching moment too. And I think the other thing too is when they do something wrong, you don't say, "It's like, why not?" Because I said so. You actually tell them why, so they learn why. Right?
That is the most aggravating thing that like anyone could say.
Well, I know, like with them, it's like it's the whole effing because I said so. Well, your kids are learning they can't come to you for advice, and they're learning that they can't trust you. And so when they become teenagers, they go to their friends, they go to other people. And I think that really is you're setting that foundation when your kid comes to you with a question or they ask you why. That's your time to shine as a parent and a dad to actually educate your kids and tell them what happened. And I think do you feel like I did that for you guys?
I do feel like you did that for me.
You said I just because I said so a lot.
Well, I followed it up with something oftentimes too. Well, I don't know if it was often, but so I did explain things to you guys, but I told you that there would be times where you just have to do it because I told you to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because in life, sometimes we have to do things
We don't want to do
just because we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get the choice. We don't get the explanation, especially, you know, because I was in the military for so long. You don't get to question orders. You just do it unless it's illegal.
Yeah. I think you've changed a lot as a dad from being like such a military dad to how you are now, and you're like with being a therapist now. You
two totally ends of the
the
spectrum.
very different styles of parenting.
Yeah.
Well, and it's kind of cool when the discipline episode comes out.
Yeah.
You're going to hear you talk about how you went from very authoritative to more authoritative. Wait, I got it backwards.
Authoritarian
There you go.
to authoritative.
Yeah.
I learned that
I
in my
was never
psychology
permissive.
class.
Yeah. And it was good because as a dad or parent, you know, you want to grow and learn to change to be a better dad down the road. And I think if you start off the gate just hardcore, mean, rude, my way the highway kind of attitude, your kids are going to fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And that's where the Daditude comes in is you have the disciplinary part, but you're also the fun part, you're also the loving part.
Yeah, I honestly think that like that sarcasm, like adding that in there, it like adds to the atmosphere of like that fun energy, and so you don't have to be as like authoritarian with them as a kid. But
the drill sergeant dad.
Yeah, when you get older though, then you can give more authority because they can understand it more. Whereas like if you're giving your kid that's like 5 years old all these things, they're not going to understand it like at all.
So quick example of a Daditude really fast. So your oldest sister Addison, when she was a teenager, the Mountain Dew, what are those tall can ones that the Mountain Dews had? They were like the green one, the red one, all that.
No clue.
Oh, the energy drink?
Yeah. Anyway, so like
I thought
Addison,
it was just Monsters.
No, not Monsters. This is back when the Mountain Dew tall
Jolt?
Not Jolt.
Some word like that.
Something like that. Anyway, so your sister was on her period.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for her, but I was at the store getting some groceries, and I picked up the red can of the Mountain Dew. And I came home, and I was like, hey, I thought about you. I know you're not feeling good and all that kind of stuff. And so I grabbed this for you because it made me think of you.
Nice.
And then
She got so mad.
and you would do that, and then one time you didn't do that when she was on her period.
And she got upset.
She got upset and started throwing pillows at you because she didn't get her like red Mountain Dew.
Yeah. That was so funny. Anyway.
It's like weird. It's like, my bad. Sorry. Oh, so funny. What do you want to say?
I don't think I had any stories like that with like Daditude. I know one time you got really pissed when we played Zelda Wind Waker or something because I typed in the wrong passcode and you had it for so long, and then you're like, oh shoot, I don't know what it is anymore. This is at the old house. It was like pretty bad.
Like the old Nintendo or something like
yeah, and then like you were gone and I typed in the wrong password, and then you were like, man, what did you do?
It's like messed it all up or what?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
It's like, man, it's not good.
No,
Not good.
not at all.
Do you have any good dad inspirations, like from famous people, anything like that? That you can think off the top of your head?
Not from famous people off the top of my head, but one of the things that I have told some of my clients is that you're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. Kids are resilient. So give yourself some grace and just keep trying. If you express and show your love for your kids as you are working on trying to get better and better, they will recognize that. Would you say that that's true,
I
Jesse?
recognize it, yeah.
Okay.
You've been a great dad, and I've seen you improve
Aw.
as well.
Checks
I
in the mail.
also can vouch. I believe that my dad has grown a lot as I've gotten older as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when you used to have us do like military exercises as punishment for not doing chores.
Not punishment.
We'd have to waltz it for like 2 minutes.
Yes,
We
it
did-
was
we
to
did
help
talk
you.
about that.
It was to help you not want to do the bad thing again.
I didn't mind the wall sits. I do them still.
Do you really?
Yeah. Like I'll just
Yes.
like be
Look at you.
when I'm waiting in line or something, I'll just like do a wall sit against the wall now.
Like I would do push-ups with you kids sometimes.
I'm good at doing push-ups now.
Or the dying cockroach. Do you remember that one?
No.
No. Oh, flutter kicks.
Yeah, I remember
we did flutter
those.
kicks.
I hate flutter kicks.
Yeah.
I hate those.
It's good lower ab exercise.
But
What did you remember?
Yeah, I remember. I think you would do push-ups with like me on top of you sometimes, and
As a punishment?
no, he
Oh.
would just
Just
do.
fun.
He would do them, and I would not do it with him on top of me. I think.
no,
Well,
I don't think
that
that would work
probably
out.
wouldn't
yeah,
work
that'd be
even
pretty-
now.
pretty bad.
Well, and Quinn was so cute as a kid because like he'd be doing push-ups and be like a centimeter. He's like on,
I was always
So cute.
critical of the kids doing push-ups.
Yeah, we
because
had to do it
It had to be
correctly.
proper form.
And it couldn't be like the girl push-ups either, where we're on our knees. It had to be an actual push-up.
I was so bad.
You're a great dad now.
They're all, now,
Now, okay, yeah.
now that I don't live with you.
No, I'm back
she
home.
does. Yeah, she's here for the summer.
Not too bad.
You let me throw a party the other day. Not a crazy rager.
No,
I just had friends over.
yeah, but they didn't leave till like 2 a.m.
How many friends?
That was what? I don't know. I wasn't even down there the whole time.
10 or 12.
And how many people have to be there to be a rager?
2.
20 to 30.
20 to 30.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot.
it's got to be enough.
Rager's just the vibe.
That's true, but
That's a lot of soda popping bubblegum. So my favorite quote, honestly, is by Billy Graham. It says, "A good father is one of the most unsung, unpraised, unnoticed, and yet one of the most valuable assets in our society."
Yeah.
Because a father can really, really make or break some kids sometimes. And I think,
Yeah.
and we did talk about this in the discipline and kind of stuff like that, that, you know, families that, you know, have one dad raise the kids and stuff like that sometimes are a little just as stable and achieve more as a married couple.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. So now I think we're going to have a joke off, dad joke off.
dad joke off.
All right. Dad jokes. I got
Your
my
dad jokes.
I got my dad jokes right here.
Are we judging this by how loud we laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are the judge.
We are the judge. Okay.
Okay.
But our goal is to see who can make. Of course, I'm going to laugh. I always laugh at stupid jokes. All right, James.
All right, who goes first? Rock, paper, scissors?
Let's see. Wait, where's the drum thing? Okay, here we go. I just had to get ready for your joke.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Am I starting or are you starting?
No, you're going.
I'm starting? Okay. All right, here's my first one. What days are the strongest? No, that's not the joke.
Oh, my bad.
You got to let me get to the punchline first. What days are the strongest? Saturday and Sunday. The rest are all weekdays.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
What kind of shoes do frogs wear?
What kind?
Open-toed sandals.
Oh my God. That's not even worthy of the drum beat.
I thought it was funny.
All right, you
I
ready?
got 1 out of 3.
What is a ninja's favorite drink? Water.
I grew up
I
with
like
that
that one.
joke. I knew it.
All right, let's see.
And you got to do the ninja chop when you're doing it too. Yeah.
I just built an ATM that only gives out coins. I didn't know why no one thought of it because it didn't make any sense. That's a bad joke.
It's horrible.
Didn't make any sense. I
Didn't
get
make
it.
any sense.
All right. What does a sprinter eat before a race?
What?
Nothing. They fast.
Nah.
All right.
That was good.
It's not logical.
They fast.
Why do crabs never volunteer?
Why?
Because they're shellfish.
I got carded at a liquor store and my Blockbuster card fell out. The cashier said, "Never mind."
We can tell you're old.
But that's the joke. All right.
What's a shark's favorite saying?
What?
Man overboard!
All right, here we go. Ready? This one's going to get you. My wife is really mad. I have no sense of direction. So I got fed up and I packed my stuff up and write. That's it? Oh, I thought that was hilarious.
I think the funniest part is that it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
What do you call sheep that can sing and dance?
What?
Lady Baba.
What? I think it's funnier the way that you said that.
Well, yeah,
It's the boy.
that's the whole point.
All right. What do you call a fake noodle?
What?
What?
An impasta.
Pasta.
Your jokes are so overdone. I hear those all the time.
All right, Dawson, what else you got?
Oh, see, now I'm like, what's a good one? Oh, so my boss said, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So I came to work as Batman. I'm Batman.
Yeah. All right. This one will get you. You ready?
You said that last time.
And we did not laugh.
I'm having faith. I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know.
That was funny. Which one came first?
Exactly.
I'll let you know.
I'll
Exactly.
let you know.
Exactly.
Oh, Quinn. All right.
All right. So I'm kind of pissed because right before I got here, my dog ate a $100 bill.
Mm-hmm.
He's got expensive taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
All right. Here's a very, very cheesy one. You ready? The graveyard looks overcrowded. People must be dying to get in. I told you it was cheesy.
Yeah. You know, it's not easy being a mom. Otherwise, dads would do it.
All right, here's my dad joke about school growing up. Dear math, grow up and solve your own problems. Nothing? Wow, okay.
That's like the Facebook mom memes.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So, I took Quinn to the zoo the other day, and this mom passed out on the merry-go-round.
That's horrible.
She's coming around.
I'm out. That's what I got.
All right, that's a good way to end. Okay.
All right.
Who
So,
won?
who had the funniest dad jokes?
I think they were equally pretty bad.
Oh, don't do that. That's horrible.
I would say Dawson's just because they're more unique. I've heard most of yours before, but that's also because you're my dad, so you've already told me them.
I think you're biased against me.
Maybe.
Was there a joke that I repeated a lot to you?
Honestly, I haven't heard any of those.
Yeah, so you know.
I was going to say, I heard the ninja's favorite
the
drink
wata.
one like a whole bunch growing up.
A whole bunch. It's funny.
It is funny.
Do you guys ever see the Facebook mom post though with the
The-
minions?
Yeah, the minions, and it'll have like
It's
a
like
funny saying.
exercise. I thought you said extra fries.
Extra fries.
That's it.
I didn't like that one.
So,
All right.
last one to end.
Okay.
I could
There's
picture
a
the minions.
Yeah.
There was a breakout in a wig factory. The police are combing the area.
Oh.
I didn't find that one
I
funny,
didn't
actually.
understand that one.
Made me think of Spaceballs.
Jesse's changing her mind as to who won after that one.
About what I said earlier.
Well, just like that Spaceballs. They're like, comb the desert. And they have the people with giant combs. And then they're like, we haven't found shit.
I don't get the reference.
I
I've
don't
gotta watch
either. I haven't watched
Beachcombers,
in
they're the ones that
forever.
they wander the beach trying to find stuff.
Oh,
Still doesn't
It's,
understand.
it's less funny when you have to explain it.
yeah.
All right, guys, those jokes were pretty bad. So we're gonna tell
What?
some of our own now. What happens when you fight a dinosaur?
No idea.
You get your ass kicked.
Jurassic.
Jurassic.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
You're only 16. We don't expect your dad jokes to be good.
Not yet. No.
Yeah.
Ready? When does a joke become a dad joke?
When?
When
It becomes apparent.
Oh!
You stole it from me.
good teamwork.
Thank you guys for having us on here. Really appreciate it. We
Yeah, thanks for
love
joining us.
talking about all these stories that we honestly don't remember, but you
I was gonna
guys
say we
do.
don't remember that.
We
Oh,
do.
we've got more.
Lots
Oh.
more.
We just don't have time.
Just wait until you start dating.
Dating.
Oh yeah.
I'm already dating.
I know.
You haven't even embarrassed me.
You're failing.
I have no.
You're failing as a father.
I have caught all of my kids in some compromising position. So
Okay.
see,
Didn't
see
need to
that
say that
embarrassment?
one.
See that embarrassment? Yeah. I was just like, why am I the one? Why me?
Oh my gosh, those are good jokes, guys.
Yeah.
I think our jokes are better than
Yeah,
yours.
I also think so.
We only had to say one.
not a
and you got it.
chance.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Right? Pretty good.
No.
You're just mad
just
because I said
jealous,
Dawson was better.
I was more inspired this time.
All right.
It's called internet. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our topics today, and our kids coming and joining us. I think it made it very fun and entertaining.
Love you, Jesse.
Love you, Dad.
Join us next week when we talk about books, the only entertainment that makes you read the credits first. Where we talk about banned books, different kind of ways to bond with your children through the books, and
The benefits of reading.
and the bad things about reading.
I don't like reading.
That's
will
why they're
not
doing
be
an
here.
episode on it.
Right.
To help you out.
How many books do we have in my house?
A lot.
A lot.
I've read 0.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
I've read 0. Not even the side magazine. When
You didn't even read like one page one time.
None of the books at our house, no.
They must be
I've read
boring, then.
maybe 5 books in my life after outside of school books.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to tell me.
That's horrible.
That's funny. Well, hey, remember this is for our entertainment purposes, and we just hope you enjoyed it as well as us. Join us each week, every Tuesday, when we talk more and more about different things to help parenting and coping and getting through life in general.
Yeah.
And like and subscribe.
Visit our website where you will get it all set up to where you can get some behind the scenes content and discounts on merchandise. But yeah, definitely hit that like and subscribe.
All right, stay classy, Kansas City.
Stay